Okay, welcome to Stretch and Pray for Lent. This is our fifth and final class of this series. And this week we are going to be focusing on peace. Okay, so I'm going to read first and then we'll do our breathing and warm up. We're going to take time today to look at the peace God is faithful to give. We all need peace in this chaotic world, and thankfully God has an abundance of it, which He wants to lavish on His children. Open your heart today, be still, and take in the peace of heaven. From Psalm 85. Let me hear what God the Lord will speak, for He will speak peace to His people, to His saints. So sitting up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back and down, and we're going to go into our breathing exercises. Again, you can put your hands on your belly if you'd like, or you can have them up in your lap, whatever works for you. And just take a big inhale through your nose, and big exhale through your mouth. And just keep doing that. As you inhale, feel your belly expand and your rib cage widen. And as you exhale, feel your belly deflate and your rib cage come back together. If you want to deepen it, take a little pause between the inhalation and exhalation, and that will allow a deeper exhalation. Remembering through the practice today to keep breathing. Let's take one more deep breath in and exhale, and you can open your eyes if you had them closed. And let's start with the neck again. So let's take the chin to the chest and bring it up to neutral. Chin to chest. Take it up to neutral, chin to chest, take it up to neutral. Good. One more time, chin to chest, and take it up to neutral. Good. Starting from neutral, turn your head to the right, come center, left, come center. Only going as far as you're comfortable. Again, we're just warming up through the neck joints. Let's do one more to the left. And back to center neutral. Good. Now let's take the ear to the shoulder and bring it center. Ear to the shoulder and bring it center. Ear to the shoulder and bring it center. Let's do a couple more. Good. Now take the ear to the shoulder and then gently let the head roll to the front. Stop when the ear comes to the other side. And roll it back the other way. And keep doing that, just taking it to the front and to the side, not letting it roll backwards. Relaxing the shoulders down. Good. One more back to the beginning here, and then bring it back to neutral. Good. Lift the shoulders up and gently let them come down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Focusing in both directions. Don't let the shoulders just drop down. Pull them up, inhale. Depress them down, exhale. Good. Now inhale, bring them up and then roll them backwards. Inhale and exhale. Good. One more. And then switch the direction. Bring them forward. One more. And release it. Good. Hands to the lap. Let's reach one arm forward and bring it down. Feeling that reach coming from your back. Not just from your shoulder, and definitely not just from your elbow. Breathe out as you reach. One more each arm. Good. Now gently cross the center. I'm not leaning at all. I'm just doing the arm. Breathe out, reach. Feel that lift coming from the rib cage. If it causes your shoulder any pain, drop it forward a little bit rather than up so high. One more. Good. Now take it to the center and bring it across, and I'm going to start to add a little twist of the waist here. Draw your navel in gently just to help protect your spine. Let's do one more each direction. Good, and bring it back to center. Good. Let's gently shift the rib cage over the hips side to side. Keep your bottom nice and still and glued down to the floor or the chair. Keeping the navel drawn in, breathing. Good. I'm just going to add a little reach side to side. And I'm shifting my weight side to side, but my bottom is staying glued down again to the chair or to the floor. Let's do one more each direction. And bring it back to center. Good. Flat back forward. Inhale, lead with the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin, roll up from the bottom to the top. Inhale, flat. Exhale, round. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale, roll it up. Good. Roll the torso around. Lead with the heart. And come center, and then switch the direction. Good, one more. And bring it back to center. Good. Now if you're sitting in the chair, you can take it over the stool and back. If you're on the ground, you can come down to laying down. Bring the knees in and circle the knees away. Otherwise, your leg is going over the stool and back like this if you're sitting in the chair. And just take those circles as big as you can. Take those up and overs as big as you can. All right, if you're on the ground, switch the direction. Good, and feet come back down to the floor. Lift one knee up at a time, and then gently put the foot down, lift it up, and put it down, lift it up. If you're on the ground, you can draw that knee in towards your chest a little bit more. If you're seated on the chair, the knee is going straight up. Let's do one more each leg. Good. Feet are flat on the floor again. Extend the leg and then bend it again. Other side, extend and bend. If you're on the floor, the leg's going up toward the ceiling, foot's going up toward the ceiling. If you're seated, it's just going straight out of the body. Good. Now hold it up there or out, and then roll the ankle. If you're on the ground and you want a little support, you can hold it up with your hands. Go the other way. And then point and flex at the ankle, keeping the toes relaxed. And now spread the toes and release. Spread the toes and release. Spread and release one more time. Good. Put the foot down. Other leg, extend, roll the ankle. Keep breathing, go the other way. And now point and flex. Spread the toes and release, spread the toes and release, spread the toes. One more time and release. Put the foot down. If you're on the ground, you can come up to seated. And let's finish with our wrists a little bit. So hands down and then up, just moving through the wrist, trying to keep the rest of the arm and hand still. The fingers and the hands are just following because you're moving the wrist. We're really trying to isolate that. Now roll it in a circle. Try not to move your whole arm, just your wrist. Good, go the other way. Good, now make a fist. Same thing, bend it and curl it back. Should feel this a little deeper, especially as you're going forward. And now roll. Good, go the other way. And now spread the fingers as far apart as you can and make a fist. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. Good, shake it out. In a global season of loss, fear, and uncertainty with COVID-19, God is inviting us into a deeper trust in Him. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. God is ever present, even in the midst of all your struggles and doubts. May you experience His peace as you seek Him today. From John 14. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give it to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. All right. I'm going to start off on the floor. Today we're going to go a little deeper with some of the stretches. We've kind of done the preliminary stretches as the weeks have gone on. So I'm going to start with the preliminary stretch, and then I'm going to take it deeper if you want to. So we're going to start off with cat-cow. So this one's just going to be regular. But a lot of the other stretches that are coming up are going to be a little bit deeper. So if you're seated in the chair, you're going to do the same thing like you did before, heart coming forward and then rounding up if you're seated in the chair. If you're on the ground, you're on all fours, turn sideways. Flat back, you can arch a little bit. I don't want you to take it into a deep arch since we're focusing more on the stretch. Inhale, exhale, round the spine up, tuck the chin, shoulders down. Inhale, flat back. Now, if you're on the ground, I really want you to focus on what's connected to the earth, not just your hands, but the tops of your feet as well. Inhale, exhale, round it up from your tailbone. Inhale, flat. Exhale, round. Inhale, flat. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, flat. Exhale, round and hold it rounded. Shoulders down, chin to chest. Keep breathing. If you're on the ground and this is too intense, you can rock around a little bit if that feels better than holding it still. Good. All right, now from here we're going to go into thread the needle. and shoulders, which is a shoulder stretch. So if you're on the ground, your arm is going to come through. If you're seated, your arm is going to come across and you're going to give it a hug if you're sitting on the chair. If you're on the ground, your bottom is up. You're trying to get your head down. You can use that pillow if that's a little too far down. You can put your head on the pillow instead. Relax the shoulders either way. Relax them out of your ear. Good. Now if you're on the ground, I'm going to move the pillow out of the way. I'm going to put my hand in front. I'm going to stay on my elbow and I'm going to reach my arm up here. And then I'm going to go farther down if I want to. Now if you're seated in the chair, you have this arm across. You're going to either take the arm down here or on your lap, and you're going to lift that arm up, the opposite arm up. And I want you to, if you're on the chair, I want you to really lean into that opposite arm or really lean down more toward the floor and try to open up that chest as much as you can. Good. Now inhale, exhale, bring it to neutral. And we're going to do cat and cow again. So take a flat back or lean forward with your heart and then round. Inhale, flat. Exhale, round. Inhale, flat. Exhale, round. One more time. And round. Hold it for a couple breaths. Good. Now you're going to either take the other arm across or you're going to take the other arm through and thread through. Good, and now if you're on the floor, you're going to take that arm that was underneath you and bring it to the front more, and that opposite arm is going to come up. If you're seated in the chair, you're going to lean down and bring that arm up. You can either have your hand on your thigh or you can have it further down. And trying to open up the chest as much as you can. But only take that arm up as high as you're comfortable. If your arm is down out straight like this, that's perfectly fine if that's as far as is comfortable. And release that. And if you are on the ground, let's come to seated. And let's take the hand forward, palm up, fingertips down, Gently pull back as you press the base of the palm forward. Relax the shoulders. So my hand's here. You can see it. And then flip it over and pull from the knuckles as you press the top of the hand and wrist forward, shoulders relax. Good, and shake that out. Other hand, palm up and then fingertips point downwards. Pull back as you press the base of the palm forward. Relax the shoulder and the elbow, but my arm is straight. Flip it over. Good, and shake it out. We all long to experience peace, yet finding peace can be somewhat of a mystery. Peace may be best described by what it's not, more than what it is. Peace is the absence of fear. Peace is the absence of anxiety. Peace is the absence of worry. Peace is the absence of what if. Peace is the absence of if only. Peace is not something we produce, but instead something we create space to receive from the author of peace. From Philippians chapter 6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The next series of stretches that we're going to do is going to be for your lower body. Now, we've done these same types of stretches standing, but we're going to be either on the ground or we're going to be seated in the chair. I'm going to show the chair version first because the ground one is deeper, and if I show you first, you'll be in it longer. So I'm going to take the chair one first, all right? So we're going to do a lunge. So you're going to sit on your chair sideways, okay? And the chair, the leg that's on the seat more, that knee is forward. And I'm pretty much off the seat on the other side, and I'm hanging on to the back of the chair, and I'm going to extend this leg back. And I'm going to push through it as much as I can, staying up nice and tall. So listen to your body and take it as far as you're comfortable. If you need to scoot it in more and have it more straight down, you can. The further you reach back, the more of a stretch you're going to get, okay? If you're on the ground, you can have your chair next to you that you have something to hang on to. You're going to want to put a pillow under your knee. And I'm putting it on the outer knee. And then my other leg is coming almost straight in front of me. And then I'm going to lean forward. And I'm going to get the stretch in that back leg. So this is a little deeper when you're down on the floor. Stay up nice and tall and just breathe. So if you're not feeling it in that back leg like I showed last week, then that means you're leaning forward. You want to stay up nice and tall, and you'll feel that stretch immediately shift to that back leg. And you want to make sure that front knee is in line or behind your ankle. You don't want your knee shooting forward. All right, now since I'm on the ground, I'm going to shift into the next stretch. But I'm going to hold this just a little bit longer. Come out of it if you need to. Keep breathing. All right, so I'm going to shift my weight back, straightening out that front leg, lifting the front toes, and then I'm going to lean forward from the hip. So my chair is here that I'm holding on to. You don't have to. I mean, if you've got good balance and you want to, or if you're flexible enough to put your hands on the ground, you can. Otherwise, you're here. Now, if you're on the chair, you are here. This is the leg that you're going to lean toward. The one that was behind. You're moving it to the side now. And you should feel the stretch down the back of that leg. I might as well stay here now. Keep breathing. Now, either way, if you can reach your toes and you want to pull your toes back a little bit, you can. Try not to round over a lot to do that. So if you really need to round, and don't bend your knee in order to reach your toes. If you can't reach your toes, it's no big deal. Just breathe. Take one more big breath in. Exhale and let yourself roll back up. Now, if you're on the ground, just go ahead and have a seat for a second. If you're on the chair, I'm going to put the pillow behind me here. And I'm going to move both feet to the side. And then I'm going to turn my body toward my chair. And I'm just resting my head on the back of the chair. The pillow's there's just there in case you've got a hard back. If you're on the ground, I'm using my chair for this. I've got my legs going opposite from my chair, and I'm going to twist toward my chair this way. Now, if the twist is too much, you can always shift it forward a little bit if twisting too much to the side doesn't feel good. If you're on the ground, you can move your chair over a little bit. Take one more big breath in. Exhale and bring it to the center. And we're going to do the other side. So you can sit and face the other way. I'm going to move my chair to the other side just so that you can see what I'm doing and I'm not having my back to the camera. But if you want to shift away from the camera, you can do that. So I'm going to put my outside knee on the pillow, extend my other leg, and I'm going to shift it forward. If you're on the chair, you've got that leg going back, sitting up nice and tall. So again, if you're on the floor, make sure your knee is in line or behind your ankle. You never want your knee to do that. That's really bad for your knee. So make sure, even if you're sitting on the chair, your knee should be bent at 90 degrees. It may alter depending on the height of your chair, but you don't want, even if you're sitting on the chair, you don't want the knee shooting forward. And just breathe as we hold this, and you should feel that stretch in that back leg and the hip flexor and the upper part of the quad. Take one more big breath. Exhale, good. And I'm going to shift my weight back, lift up the toes, lean forward. I don't know what happened to my music. Again, if you can reach the toes, you can pull them. Take one more big breath. Exhale and release that. Good. Now if you're sitting on the chair, take both knees over to that side and twist toward the back of your chair. If you're on the ground, I don't know why this isn't going. If you're on the ground, your legs are going the opposite way, and then you're twisting toward the seat of the chair. And again, move the chair around if you need to. Relax the shoulders out of the ears. Take a breath in, exhale, bring it up and to the front. All right. I'm going to skip that one, I think. All right, so I'm going to go on to the next part because it's already 7:40. I'm going to move my chair back. Our God has peace in store for us in every situation if we choose to keep our minds stayed on Him and trust Him. The world says that peace can only come when you've worked your fingers to the bone and have finally attained all you want. You can only have peace when you have enough money, friends, the right job, or the right spouse. You can only have peace if friends, family, and bosses like you. God's way is to draw you into Himself and offer you peace in the midst of your circumstances. He doesn't want you to wait until everything gets worked out before you can have rest. He's offering you rest right now. Isaiah 26 says, "You keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you." All right, the next stretch, and a lot of these stretches today have been based on yoga poses, contemplative and yin yoga poses. If you're on the ground, you're going to want your pillow, and we're going to do a supported bound angle. So I'm putting the pillow underneath me, and I'm kind of even rolling it up a little bit to give me some support. I'm going to scoot up a little bit so I don't hit my head. And I'm going to come down, and as I come down, I'm going to pull that pillow underneath me so that it kind of supports my legs and my hips. And then I am going to open up my arms, shoulders down, to open up the chest at the same time. If this is too deep, you can scoot your feet out till it feels better, all right? Now, if you're on the chair, take your pillow with you. You're going to sit really wide on the chair and let yourself lean back. And you're going to put the pillow behind your head so that you can lean your head back. And then you're just going to open your arms. The thing to watch out in either case is to not let your back overarch, especially if you're on the chair. Pull your navel in so that your back flattens out a little bit more, that you're not arching a lot. This is stretching your hips and your pelvis and your chest if you're really opening up those arms. So if you're on the floor, the closer you have your feet up into your body, the deeper this is going to be. If you're on the chair, it's going to be how wide you have your legs. Take one more big breath in and exhale. Good. Gently draw your knees in. Remove the pillow and come back up to sitting. Now is the chest. We're going to finish with our upper back and our neck. So I'm just going to give myself a hug. And I want you to really reach those fingertips back and draw them, and then kind of pull forward to try to open up the shoulder blades, but keep the shoulders down and relaxed. And then just gently draw your chin to your chest. Keep breathing, keep the navel drawn in a little. Breathe as deeply as you can in this position. Take one more big breath. Lift the head up, and you're just going to switch the arm on top. And same stretch, chin to chest. Lift the head up to neutral. Release the arms. Take the ear over to one shoulder. Release the opposite arm and shoulder away. You can stay here, or if you want to deepen the stretch, you can gently pull on the head. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe. Keep your nose and your chin facing forward, so you're looking straight ahead. Good, and now gently turn that you're looking towards your armpit. Relax the shoulders, breathe. Good, turn it back to where it was. Release the head, roll it over to the other side, and then take the ear to the shoulder on that side. Release that opposite arm, and then if you want to deepen it, you can. You don't have to. Relax the shoulders, breathe. Again, keep looking straight out, nose and chin facing forward to start off with. And now gently turn the head looking toward the armpit. Breathe. where it was. Release the head and bring it up to neutral and just roll the shoulders out a little bit. All right, let's finish with our breathing again. So you can either put your hands on your belly or have them up in your lap. You can close your eyes if you'd like and just take some nice deep breaths again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And while you're breathing, I'm going to read this last section. It is by the Spirit alone that you will find life and peace. Stop looking for your fulfillment in the things of the world. In a world overshadowed by COVID, creating space for peace does not come easily. Everywhere we look, we are presented with reasons to be fearful and reasons to question whether or not things will be okay. Yet in the midst of the chaos and the noise, there is an invitation to experience the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. You can accept God's invitation into peace today through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. From Romans chapter 8. To set the mind on the Spirit is life and peace. May you be filled with rest and peace today as you spend time in prayer, seeking the face of God. If you had your eyes closed, you can gently open them. And let's finish with a couple big breaths. Big inhale and exhale. Good. Big inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Big inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Thank you for joining me.